The Grand Canyon is one of America's most iconic natural wonders. Vast, breathtaking, and full of secrets. But according to a mysterious 1909 article in the Arizona Gazette, it may be hiding something far more shocking than just ancient rock formations. A hidden cave filled with Egyptian artifacts, strange hieroglyphs, and even mummified bodies. The story claims the Smithsonian was involved, but they've denied it ever since. So what's the truth behind this bizarre claim? Did a lost civilization really exist deep in the American Southwest? Or is this just another tall tale buried by time? The article that started it all. The story begins on April 5th, 1909, when the Arizona Gazette published a front-page article titled "Explorations in Grand Canyon." It described an expedition led by a man named G.E. Kinkaid, allegedly working for the Smithsonian Institution. According to the article, Kinkaid discovered a massive underground cavern system while rafting down the Colorado River. Inside, he claimed to have found what sounded like an ancient temple, statues resembling those of ancient Egypt, stone tablets with unknown inscriptions, weapons made of copper, and rows of mummies wrapped in linen. The article was full of dramatic detail, too dramatic some say, but it sparked immediate curiosity and controversy. The alleged cover-up. Perhaps the most compelling part of the legend is the alleged involvement and denial by the Smithsonian. The article implied that the institution had quietly taken control of the cave and its contents, with Kinkaid allegedly shipping artifacts back east. But when modern researchers have contacted the Smithsonian about the expedition or about Kinkaid himself, they've been met with silence or outright denial. The Smithsonian maintains that no such expedition took place, and there is no record of a G.E. Kinkaid ever working with them. Conspiracy theorists argue this is exactly what you'd expect from a cover-up, but skeptics point out a crucial fact. No physical evidence of the cave has ever surfaced, not even a photograph. So, is there any chance the story could be true? It's not entirely impossible for undiscovered caves to exist in the Grand Canyon. Much of the area is remote, rugged, and even off-limits to the public, especially parts of the canyon controlled by the government or Native American tribes. The article even mentions that the exact location was being kept secret to avoid treasure hunters. That fuels speculation, but from a historical and archaeological standpoint, there's no real evidence of an Egyptian presence in pre-Columbian America. No verified artifacts, no DNA, no inscriptions. That doesn't stop believers, though. Some argue that mainstream archaeology simply refuses to explore out-of-place discoveries that don't fit the accepted timeline. Others propose different interpretations. Maybe the story was symbolic, fictionalized to stir public interest in the canyon just 6 years after it became a national monument. Or maybe it was based on a real discovery, but misunderstood through a sensationalist lens. Some suggest the artifacts might have been Native American in origin, but interpreted by a Euro-American explorer through a biblical or Egyptian frame of reference. Others point out that similar hidden cave stories pop up throughout American folklore, from gold-filled mountains to underground cities, blending truth, myth, and exaggeration. The restricted zone theory. One often cited smoking gun is the fact that parts of the Grand Canyon are indeed off-limits to the public, including areas with names like Isis Temple and Tower of Ra. Some see that as evidence of an ancient Egyptian connection, but in reality, those names were chosen by 19th century explorers inspired by mythology, not discovery. The restricted zones, meanwhile, are often closed off for environmental protection or due to hazardous terrain, not to hide ancient secrets. Still, the lack of access continues to fuel speculation. If the cave is real, it could be hidden in plain sight. So what really happened in 1909? Was it a hoax, a misunderstood discovery, or a buried truth that threatens the official version of history? The Smithsonian says the cave never existed. No records, no artifacts, no Kinkaid. But legends like this don't die easily. They evolve. Maybe the cave was never real. Or maybe, just maybe, it's still there, buried beneath the canyon walls, waiting for someone to stumble on the truth. If you enjoyed this mystery, be sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. What do you think happened in the Grand Canyon? And what mystery should we cover next?